Darling Quarter comprises an international standard commercial office complex known as Commonwealth Bank Place, a family-oriented leisure precinct with extensive public amenity, including a vibrant retail, food and beverage precinct with a range of dining options, a world-class day and night illuminated playground, a community green, the Lend Lease Darling Quarter Theatre and an interactive digital public art facade.
It's a project that's going to have a huge impact on Darling Harbour. Our success or failure is going to be really determined by the public domain and the place rather than just the built form.
The site itself was quite a neglected site. It was the other end of Darling Harbour. It was a place that was cut off from other parts of the city. So we had this idea that we really could do something special with this site.
Sydney Harbour Foreshore Authority stepped in, did concept planning, went through a public expression of interest process, got Lend Lease on board, have worked in partnership with them throughout the whole project, and as I think people can see today, the outcome is one that we're all very proud of.
Darling Harbour being one of the biggest tourist attractors in the country, gets over 25 million visitors a year, has a large family and visitor content to the area. So we needed to address their needs as well as the needs of the CBD workforce in the buildings.
Darling Quarter is all about an innovative mix of authentic and original food concepts, creating a magnet not just for city workers and residents, but for all Sydney-siders and visitors to Darling Harbour. Vibrant shop fronts, bold feature lighting make a lasting statement about the character of this precinct. It's young, it's creative, it's exciting, it's alive and it's daring.
The playground has set a new standard of innovation within the public domain, and it's clearly become a welcome gift. And it's the centre of activation for this new destination in Sydney. The playground is a highly unique design which integrates an innovative water play space into the public domain.
Anybody that comes down and looks at this goes, wow, they didn't realise that this children's playground was going to come into place, or that they'd have these beautiful new open spaces that are free for people to enjoy.
This has been a very special project characterised by high aspirations and innovation at all levels of design. The central challenge was how to integrate a large office building within perhaps the best loved public park in Sydney. Our approach was to design a building and public spaces which, through their geometry, their form and natural materials, had a soft presence in the park, to create new expanded parkland areas gently defined by the architecture, that at the same time creates warm, light-filled and inspiring environments in which to work.
What makes this building particularly special is its unique blend of architecture, of quality workplace and efficient workplace of the future, as well as making a major contribution to the city planning here in Sydney. Opening up the building onto the parklands, creating a great public destination, as well as creating a workplace of the future.
Commonwealth Bank Place is currently the largest activity-based working workplace in the world. The building tenants, the Commonwealth Bank, assisted with the vision and collaborated with Lend Lease and the design team to tailor the work style to the needs of the bank. Darling Quarter is a distinctive project in the unusually high number of women who contributed to the success of the project. Women have occupied roles as clients, fund managers, developers, project managers, town planners and the like.
Commonwealth Bank Place was designed to address a number of environmental initiatives to reduce energy demand, increase indoor environmental quality, promote a more efficient use of water and resources, and ultimately minimise the environmental impact of the buildings.
Sustainability underpins everything Lend Lease does. Here at Darling Quarter, the next evolution of sustainable design, development and operation, with the first 6-star Green Star as-built rating, version 3.
The completion of Darling Quarter gives ALPF Commercial a major investment in arguably the best new office building in Australia and perhaps even the world. Our investors are increasingly seeking to invest in sustainable property, and it's hard to imagine a better new generation office asset than Darling Quarter.
It gives you such a high to see it all working better than we ever thought it could be.
Lend Lease is driven by an aspiration of creating the very best places, and we thank all our partners for their efforts in really creating a building of the future.
To get a precinct where we've got office workers, tourists, families and a whole range of people mixing in the ground plane 7 days a week is what we're trying to do in creating a place for people to meet, play and dine.
It's been a collaboration between the private sector and government, and it's been a fantastic outcome. And I think Lend Lease are as equally proud of the outcome as Sydney Harbour Foreshore Authority is.
Darling Quarter project represented an exciting opportunity for our team to deliver a fabulous outcome for the 60 Australian super funds invested in AWF Commercial, and in turn create long-term value for mum and dad investors in Australia.
By greening our assets like Darling Quarter, Lend Lease delivers long-term value for our investors and the environment, as well as improving the well-being of the people who work, visit and play in our precincts. One day, everyone will live like this.